Hello, heroes
and villains of Innsweek.
Today we are taking time to answer your questions that you asked us.
So much time in questions.
On Board Game Centric. What's up, guys? I'm Michael.
And I'm Zach. Probably.
Oh, man. We just had some crazy... Stay to the end of the video because you're about to see something hilarious.
Anyway, Fatigue and Monster.
We are taking our time out of our day to answer your questions that you asked on our giveaway video. Keep in mind, the giveaway is still going on. Go back to that. We'll link... I don't know how to link videos up in the top, so if you know how to do that, tell us.
I know even less.
Because usually I'll just throw it at the end or something like that. But you can always go back to the description. The link will be in the description. You can go back. If you have not entered, leave a comment on that video. Be entered in a chance to win Ashes. But we asked you guys...
It's a fun game.
It is super fun. We asked you guys to ask us questions, and we're going to take time and answer those questions.
Cool. Let's get started.
Cool. So we have questions pulled up, boom, right now.
On our phones.
On our phones because it's a little bit easier.
Then writing them down like we do.
I just want to say real quick, if we mess up your names, we are sorry.
We come from a place in western Ohio, and we can't read or write. Mostly read.
Just stop. All right. Anyway, Roshni Mukherjee told you says, "Ooh, this game looks beautiful. I would love to win this and probably add it to the collection. Our small local board game community." Talking about Ashes, since that's the game we were giving away. My question is, what is your favorite deck building game? Cheers. My favorite deck building game
probably
is
the same as mine.
Ascension.
That's what I was going to say.
Though, Ascension is probably, one of the first deck builders we ever got into.
Oh, for sure. The first one I ever got into.
And so there's tons of them. There's tons of deck builders now, like Aeon's End and... Wow.
Epic PvP is always
Epic
a good one.
PvP, Clank. There's some really good ones.
Oh, yeah.
Ascension is probably...
Dominion. Dominion's a deck builder. Right?
I haven't played Dominion.
I don't remember. It's been so long.
So...
I feel not intelligent.
So Ascension would be my favorite.
Yeah.
You should have your phone ready. So
you go
to the
my
next
phone
question.
is the Pixel 1, and if you're watching this, the Pixel 4 just got announced. So, my phone is old, and it doesn't hold up very well, okay? The battery is not great anymore.
Anyway, next question.
Oh, here's a cool one from...
Oh, you're just going
to
pick one randomly?
Yeah, no, well, it was just what my phone was on.
Oh.
Dado? Conte? I hope I pronounced that right. I know I didn't, though. My bad. Do you ever listen to music while playing board games? Heck yeah, we do. Sometimes throw on Spotify and throw in some crazy stuff. But a lot of times, personally, I like to throw on old Dark Souls 1 theme music. I feel like, depending on the game,
like that too.
That's really cool. So I like that.
If usually with my gaming group, it depends on the game. That will kind of set whatever mood we're in. I'm not huge into it. I'm not the first person to, let me set up music. But if someone plays something that's appropriate, it's really cool. I enjoy things like Lord of the Rings soundtracks and stuff like that. Dark Souls soundtracks are really good. Yeah. I think last time I did pick, and it was Dark Souls 1, 2, and 3, all soundtracks. Just mixed and matched in between.
That's awesome.
Super cool. It was a lot of fun.
The important thing to remember is to keep the volume at a good level that you can hear it, but not at a level where it will interrupt gameplay. Yeah. You just want it to be subtle.
All right, let's see. Next question. STO Hot. Have you ever played Summoner Wars? Also from Plaid Hat. My favorite 2-player game. Check it out if you haven't. Now, Summoner Wars is a video game and a board game.
Huh.
I've played neither.
I've heard the name. But we should look into that.
Yeah, I don't know which came first. I don't remember if it was a video game based off a board game or board game off a video game.
The whole chicken and egg scenario.
But it is Plaid Hat. That is true. So we'll definitely look into it.
Yeah, they make good games.
Next question.
Oh gosh.
I'm just going down the list.
Golly.
So.
I don't. My thing started in the middle of all of these. Okay. Benjamin Kosher?
Yeah,
Kosher?
I don't know. That could be anything, just because who knows? I don't know where you come from.
So, what is your favorite genre of game? And, two-part question, what's your favorite game in that genre?
Deck builders, Ascension.
That's not going to be my answer.
Well, what's your? I already said that. Favorite genre is deck builders. I enjoy deck builders. Another really good deck builder, which Arctic Scavengers. Man,
Ooh, that was fun.
That was a good one. Anyway, and Ascension is my favorite within that. I think you can't see them, but except for one, I have all the Ascensions. Except for two, I have all the Ascensions.
I like RPG games whenever I get a chance. Like The Witcher board game, Fantasy Flight.
That game is super fun.
That was one of the first games I really added to my collection, and I need to get a new one.
I just got a new Fantasy Flight game.
Yeah, mine's falling apart because we played it so much. I played a lot of 4-player games with it, but a lot of 2 and 3-player games. That's what I would say. I really like that whole like build your character up to the end, whether it's a board game or a video game or pen and paper.
Cool. Yeah. So next question, Nina Tahi. It's been a long time since I last played a card game before. I wonder how this game is compared to traditional TCG genre. Have you ever thought about creating your own board game before? And if so, what would it be? Ashes compared to TCG is similar in some aspects, but I would classify it as its own thing. Like, I wouldn't say it's like a living card game. I wouldn't say it's a trading card game. It's pretty unique. I don't know of another game that's
really.
like it.
I would think it would be more considered towards like a living card game, right? Because you just buy the sets of them at a time.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but living card games were like
We're gonna learn today.
Living card games like Netrunner and things like that were like, and Five Tribes. Those are living card games.
L5R, right?
L5R, Legend of the Five Rings. So like you have it, and you get your box, and it has all those cards, and then it also gives out more every so often. They release a new set, and you mix and match, and the game expands as it goes on. It carries on.
Mm-hmm.
Ashes, while it has expansions, does not necessarily do that. It's pretty much pre-constructed decks.
It does have
you can mix. Yeah.
It does have a drafting mechanic. I like Ashes. I like Ashes a lot, really. And the only downside I would say, the only bad part I would say about Ashes at all, and it's really an upside, really, the dice. The dice, the whole mechanic is awesome. The problem is when they introduce like a new type of dice. Now, usually when you get like the set of cards that have that, they'll come with the dice. Half the time they have their own cool deck box where you can stuff like all of your cards into it. But it's just that you have to go out and get them. You can buy dice expansion packs, but it's just kind of a bummer. Like if you get just the core set, you're not going to play like a 6-player free-for-all.
Yeah, because there's not enough.
Yeah,
you can play 4.
You can get up to 4 out of the box, which is still pretty cool for those.
Yeah.
You can't do that.
And you have to be specific people.
Right. You can still draft, but it's
But
difficult.
you still have to be specific people because of the dice. Like, the dice split between 2 characters, typically.
Now,
but if one person is using that set of dice, no one else can be the other person who would use that same set.
Yeah, whatever. Something like that. The cool thing, though, is you do pick a specific person, and while you draft, you do get specific cards that only you are allowed to have. The game will...
Second half of the question, have you ever thought about creating your own board game before, and what would it be about? We've talked about it. Kind of. It would probably be something, and when we talked about it, it was something similar to a deck builder or like epic PvP, something that was player versus player, and you're fighting each other with upgrades and stuff. That's about as far as that conversation ever got. Yeah,
deck builders are really fun, or some kind of RPG, classic, or even like a sci-fi, RPG, throwing like Gundams. Can we say that?
Cool. Next question. Do you want to just pass my phone so you're not having...
Why? I have dark screen. I have dark... Look at that.
That's fine.
You can't even read it. Maybe you can.
That's fine. Read the next question.
Whatever. Okay. So, Vincenzo? My bad. Sorrentino? I'm hoping that's close. Okay.
Wow.
My question is simple. What is your favorite board game to play with many players? 7 or more.
Ooh.
I got 2. Masquerade, because that's always fun.
That's really fun.
Good shenanigans. And Escape from the Aliens in Outer Space.
Oh, that goes to 8 players.
Goes to 8. And I am
That's a really
those
are really
good
picks. I'm not huge into big huge games. I think the one game that I'd be willing to play, which is not 7 or more, it stops at 6, would be Twilight Imperium.
Ooh, that's a whole day investment.
It's a whole day investment. Outside of that, I'm not a huge party game person. I don't like party games. But Aliens, Escape from Aliens.
Oh, that's super good.
Super good. Definitely, that would be my pick too. I don't think I own anything else that goes that big.
What about
Cthulhu Wars? They just released the well, it's coming. The 11 faction map, so you can play as every faction in the game
at one time.
Yeah, everyone can be one.
Is this table big enough?
I don't know. We're gonna find out. I would love to play a huge game. That's a fun game. That's an investment too.
What about One Night Werewolf?
Oh yeah, we have Werewolf Betrayal right there. Oh nope, not there. Somewhere.
Well, that was Betrayal. So we got half of that.
Werewolf. Werewolf Legacy. It goes up to 15. So I would say that it requires 9. You have to. Your bare minimum is 9. So
that is bananas.
So cool. That answers that. Next question, Artie Alejandro. Okay, here's my question. Aside from board games, do you collect other stuff? I do, and I'm going to just insert a small little video of all the different stuff I collect.
You've opened Pandora's box. Mercy.
What about you, Zach?
Oh, well.
We kind of started talking about it.
Yeah, and then he told me stop.
I told you stop so we could talk about it now.
He wanted to say my raw sadness for the camera. Raw emotions. I've collected 2 things ever. And both of them have been destroyed and or stolen. Which is kind of a bummer. One of them, Armored Core. I had every game in, I want to say, pretty close to pristine.
To date. Like every game to date.
Yeah, at some point. And some things happened at my dad's house, with him just saying, "Oh, I don't know what this is."
That's a bummer.
So I lost most of them. So remember to take things from your parents' house when you move out, and hopefully they don't throw it away like 10 years later. And the other one, and this was the one that kind of hurt me the most, because the Armored Core games are not impossible.
You can still go and get them.
I think a lot of them are really cheap. But the thing that bothered me the most was I collected Magic cards, but not sets at a time. I went more with the original story. I tried to piece the story together as best I could, with Urza.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, and Tolarian Academy. All those days. Pre-Tolarian Academy, where Gix is in there and he's got Xantia with him. All that stuff.
Yeah, that little binder that had everything.
Yeah, it was freaking cool. Sweet. And that's something I had started collecting when I was 12 years old. And I had it all the way up till my mid or late 20s, and then someone stole it from me.
That's a bummer. So, I remember that was really really cool because you could flip through it and it just went in order. Didn't
it went in order for the story. So it wasn't
really good.
Yeah, it wasn't really worth a lot of money.
But it's still cool.
I mean, it's a few bucks, yeah. But it was something like I said. I'd been collecting since a little kid, and it's gone. So, bummer.
Cool. That's a bummer. It's not cool, but
it almost got me out of Magic. I still play it, but not much.
Let's see. Next question is down a little bit. Some people we asked you guys to ask questions, and some of you guys didn't. So
Rob Bendig.
He didn't ask a question.
Whatever. Ashes looks good. but never had a chance to try it, well, you need to try it. Hopefully you win. Maybe.
All right, let's see. Next question.
Okay.
Zach brought up a good question to ask from Eric Fogel. So, are you carbon-based life forms?
So,
answer that one.
Our legal department said that we might not be able to answer that question. We do have our FBI agent that watches our phones called me after that, and he said, "Hey man, there's that raid on Area 51, so loose lips sink ships."
Wow.
Yeah.
Trey Lakay says, "Where did the beards go? They were getting pretty epic."
What the heck is that one even? Oh,
I went
so
down.
You know what?
I went down.
Well, I don't know about Michael, but I can grow mine back pretty quick. I'd like to think. Yeah, it was pretty cool, and I enjoyed it. My girlfriend did not, and it also got kind of irritating to constantly drink everything through straws. Because I get messy, especially like eating cinnamon rolls. It's like take a shower afterwards.
Wow.
You gotta wash, and
Wow.
the food smell
okay.
I had to wash every time.
Okay, let's stop.
I'm just saying.
My answer was easy. Prestige. Our beards just get so epic that we have to roll it back a little bit, start over, and it's more epic the next time.
Listen,
That was my answer.
Listen, do you know how cats get their fur?
Let's stop.
This is where it starts. Just donate to a kitten in need.
All right, let's see. Nathan Ware says, "I've been on the fence about Cthulhu Wars for a while. Anything you can offer to sway me one way or another?" Since I have the game and you've only played it once, I don't want to sway one way or another, so I kind of want to keep you on the fence. Cthulhu Wars is an investment if you're like, hey, I want everything. So that might be a negative, but it's really cool. There's tons of stuff, tons of customization. You don't have to play with just the colored factions. There are the old one packs and stuff like that add monsters, so it's more of a neutral, and you can customize it. Super cool. Next to that, the only thing that I personally don't like about the game is that it's a round-based, turn-based round-based.
Oh, yeah. You with the
and
energy.
So you gain energy. I think it's like Doom counters or something like that. I forget. And every action you do, you spend so many. You gain them every round, but then you spend so many. And once you spend yours, that's it. You're done.
Oh, yep. You just sit on the sidelines. Yep.
And then if you, for example, I think Cthulhu, to summon Cthulhu costs like 10, which I think you can get like the first round or second round. You can have 10, boom, summon Cthulhu, bam, he's on the board, which is terrifying.
Yeah.
It's super terrifying because he doesn't die. He just keeps coming back. And once you spend all that, you can't do any more actions. That's it. So you're sitting waiting for everyone else to do their 1 token action, 2 token actions, all the way around the table for however many people you have, and it comes back to you, and you're like, oh, I have 0, so it just goes to the next person, and round and round. So if you spend them all, that's the biggest downside of the game. Outside of that, it's awesome.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
And even if you have free actions, you got to use them before you run out. Because the second you run out, you're done.
Yep.
Yeah, it is a great game, though.
It's awesome. Get it. I would get it.
But don't go too deep.
Don't go too deep if you're on the fence. I would say get the base box, and you'll have hours and hours and hours and hours.
Oh, yeah.
And then you can buy small packs to add extra things as it goes. So, not a big deal.
Yeah. Eric Fogel again.
What? That doesn't count. No, it's fine.
Whatever. How long have you both been playing?
You don't get 2 entries. Just so you know.
How long have you both been playing board games? And how many players usually take part in game night? I've been playing games since I was probably 6 or 7. I can't remember the games exactly. At my great-grandma's house. But there were some really bad old board games. Like, bad. And grew up playing a lot of Monopoly and Life were my 2 favorite. And I used to be pretty unstoppable compared to my sister. She might not have been interested in it as I was, but I was
Life?
like... Or Monopoly.
Life
is kind of random.
Monopoly is more of a, I don't want to say skill-based game, but Life is completely random.
Yeah. What do you know?
Anyway, for me, I've been playing board games a lot when I was growing up. That's pretty much it. Like, our options were play outside, play a board game. When it was raining, read a book.
Yeah.
That was it. So we played board games, and I remember my first big board games. Obviously, played Monopoly stuff, but Clue Museum Caper.
Oh no, I said Clue.
Which is my favorite Clue variant ever because one person actually gets to be a thief and you go in and like steal paintings and everyone else is trying to find the thief.
No, I was looking at Clue, the DVD game.
Oh, I do own a Museum Caper also. It's up there. It took me like 25 years of my life to get it back.
That is bananas.
And it's only because we found it. I'm like, oh yeah. You know, it's just kind of nostalgia. And there was another game, I don't remember what it was called. I think it was called like Deep Treasure or Deep Sea Treasure or something, where you had a board and like you would move pieces and you would look for treasure in like a 3x3 grid, and you would dive down and it was electronic. It's super fun. I remember it. It's just one of those games that sticks out.
Yep. And
then expanded into normal things.
Yeah, and then classic Battleship. I remember that. Played a lot of Battleship. Never got good at it. So
those were always cool.
Yeah, actually, I'm kind of glad the board games have really come back. As my childhood best friend eventually outgrew them, and he's like, you know why they call them board games? Because they're boring. I'm like, cool. And I've never forgotten that. If you're watching, but just in case.
Next question. Do you ever listen to music while playing board games? We already answered that. The answer is yes, usually.
Hey, thanks, Michael Boone, for not being a robot. You know what? That's awesome.
Artie says, wish I was able to check your channel earlier. Cool stuff you got. Thanks so much. And hopefully you keep watching. Let's see. Melissa V wanted the Goonies game, but they ran out. That's a bummer. How was it? I played it once, and I enjoyed it. It was very, like... I played it once. So it's hard.
I never played it.
Like, I remember playing, like, I think you kind of go and you search for treasure in different areas. It reminds me, honestly, of, like, Pathfinder, the card game, where you go to a different area.
Ooh, yeah.
And you search through stuff, and you look for treasure. It's pretty straightforward. I liked it. But, I played it once, and we got it, I think, from a Board Game Bento unboxing when I lived 2 houses ago.
So, to translate, a long time ago.
Not 2 houses ago, 1 house ago, but that was 2 years ago. At least 2 years ago.
Yeah. So, Blue Demon, 28382. Nah, I'll mix those numbers up. I don't remember them.
82384. You were really close.
I know. I read that like 6 times to try to remember. Haven't had a chance to play Ashes yet, but it looks interesting. What is your guys' favorite co-op board game?
I hate co-op board games.
So, one that I backed on Kickstarter is called Good Dog, Bad Zombie. That was pretty fun.
Actually, so yeah. We haven't played that. Why have I not played that?
Because I was super pumped to get it because I got a custom dog card. Hasn't arrived yet, but this is where it would be if it had. And I got really excited, just ripped it open and started playing it. I could bring it over.
Okay.
It's small. It's a small game.
So, co-op board games, I'm not a huge fan of co-op board games because I like to win, but I also don't like to sit around a table with 4 people that all have the same objective, trying to do whatever, like Pandemic.
And not be rewarded for doing better?
And not even necessarily that. It's more of a, eventually one person kind of like tries to dominate and tells everyone how to do their turn. And I'm not a huge fan of that. So that's typically an issue. That's what happens. However, I did get Power Rangers, Heroes of the Grid. That is a co-op game, so that is my favorite co-op game.
Why is it your favorite?
Because it's Power Rangers.
That's pretty biased.
I haven't even played it yet.
You know, another good...
It's my favorite co-op game. Though I will say, Aeon's End, it's a deck builder, so it is my favorite genre of game. And it is co-op and one person. I'm pretty sure one person win. Like, you all win, but one person comes out on top because you have more points.
Right.
That game was super fun. I enjoyed it.
Another good co-op game, if you want to look at it that way. Twilight Imperium. Just don't destroy alliances.
I know. That's a little shit. I don't know.
I tried.
Mark Marini, keep up the fun work. Thanks, we will try. Lee Hutchings. I will break the taboo and ask a political question. Nope, because we won't answer it because we told you not to. I'm just kidding. I'm just
I don't
kidding.
even know any political board games.
What is your favorite political game?
Twilight Imperium.
Twilight Imperium. That's what I was gonna say.
You're gonna bow before me or break.
It is
Doesn't always
political. It's more what it's classified like. It's not a war game. It's a
Strategic hand-holding game.
no, not handholding, but it's probably political. Diplomatic.
Diplomatic. There we go.
Is the correct word.
Yeah.
What is the game that offers the best unboxing experience? Perfect example. Oh my gosh. Actually, I don't know where it is. Nope, it's right here. I disappeared.
Oh,
Hands
Wasteland
down.
Express? Okay, y'all gonna watch him open this
No,
box
no,
up and
I'm
spill
not.
out.
I'm not. But Wasteland Express, best unboxing experience ever. Because it's not a game that's like, I'm just gonna take this top off.
It has a really...
Our memory card died, so there's a nice awkward gap right here. I already had this game sitting aside. So Wasteland Express delivery service.
Yep.
Is easily the best unboxing experience.
Oh yeah.
Only because, well, now I can't open it.
For the type of game it is, there's a really low setup time, and it did not look that appealing at first, at least to me.
Yeah.
And after playing it, I was like, dang, I want to play this game again. It looks it's fun, it looks good.
There are a little bit of stickers, not a big deal, but this is what you're looking at right here.
Here we go.
Everything is, everything is just sorted, and it's whatever in its own plastic containers.
And it's like a puzzle.
All the way through. It has instructions on how to put everything back in. It's almost like Broken Token, except this was their thing. It's awesome. It was a lot of fun to punch everything out. Oh man, I do that every time.
You know,
It was a lot of fun to punch everything out. You got to sort it. It had all, like I said, the instructions where to put it in the trays. Super cool. It was a lot of fun.
So, quick life hack. If you don't want your boxes to do like he did, where it suctions in and holds it on real tight, or takes forever to push down, just drill 6 or 7 holes in the front, the direct top of the box.
Why would you do that? Wow. Anyway.
Because you have no respect for board games.
Matt Hoovenars. How did you guys get into board gaming? I kind of answered that a little bit. When growing up, it was play outside. If it was raining, play board games or read a book. So we play board games. And then there's actually a huge time in my life where I converted to video games when I was able to just play video games whenever I wanted.
Ooh, I think I remember some of this.
And then it was always video games all the time. And then you and I finally, when we got together, we played video games all the time when we started living together. And then
oh yeah, that was fun.
Started playing board games. Epic Loot. We're going to name drop Epic Loot in Centerville,
Ohio.
They opened up. We went there mostly for Magic, but then board games. And
it took a little while, though. We were there for Magic pretty hard for a while.
And then it exploded. And now I have a lot of board games.
My collection's not as big. My play group isn't consistent, which is kind of a bummer. So I only have... I could probably fill up maybe one of these if I really tried. Stretch it a little bit. So, it's tiny.
All right, let's see. Ego Tripaholic.
Ooh.
How much have you spent on Kickstarter?
So, total, I have like a few $100s come back in refunds. So that's a bummer. I didn't want to ask for those because I really wanted that, but they're like, we're going to cancel and you guys can have your money back. And I'm like,
what cancel?
Pretty cool shoe.
Oh, okay. That's a bummer.
Marty McFly.
This is a board game channel.
Well, I wasn't going to mention it.
How much did you spend on Kickstarter on board games?
I don't know. A few $100s. I was recently banned because of my girlfriend. She said, you know what? You spend too much money on Kickstarter. No more. And I was like, well, okay. And the other day I said, hey, guess what? One of my Kickstarters came in. She said, are you spending money on it? And I'm like, no. But I've been really tempted. It's hard not to.
For me, like $2,000. I think probably. I've spent Let's see. I got all of the Power Rangers, all of Lords of Hellas, all of Tainted Grail, all of Bloodborne, the card game. Court of the Dead.
I was really bummed about that one.
What I say? I said Tainted Grail. What's that? Oh, what's that new game?
Aetherfields.
Aetherfields. Got all of Aetherfields.
Actually, I have to put more money on that since that backer kit opened
all
up.
of Cthulhu Wars. Now, granted, the first half of Cthulhu Wars, Onslaught 1, 2, and 1 and 2, I found somewhere. Technically bought at the Kickstarter price. And I got it for like $600. And we just bought the rest of it.
I'd probably put it at about half as much. Hand of Fate was pretty expensive. Aetherfields, like you mentioned. I got a few other ones coming that were kind of expensive. So, yeah. We, too much, according to someone that
we've spent a lot.
May or may not be better with money than I am. Hey, listen. I don't mind eating $1 a box rice-a-roni for every meal. If that means I can get Aetherfields with everything.
All right. Michael Shea says RPGs too. Yeah.
Pathfinder. If you want to count that.
Really play.
I play Pathfinder every other week. It's a bummer. I've been trying to convert them over to like, hey, on Friday, we play every other Friday. Why not every other Saturday we play a board game? And so far they've been very unreceptive to that. Pathfinder's fun.
I'm a zebra. Cool. Do you have any favorite two-player games?
Epic PvP.
Epic PvP is good.
Yep.
It's a good one.
I can't think of anything.
I don't know. I'm really kind of blanking. A lot of games can be played two-player.
I played a lot of, like 4 or 5 player games as 2-player games, but I would say Epic PvP specifically.
I can't think of any games that I've played that are specifically 2-player games. That off the top of my head, so I'm sorry. But Epic PvP, I like that. Yep.
Yeah, and if you want to count this, kind of a little more broad than that, but Magic the Gathering.
Oh,
it's primarily a 2-player game. If you're any kind of familiar with it, it can go way off the rails compared to that. But playing Standard and Modern is always fun.
All right. Catherine, winner of our Fuzzy Mage fight.
Ooh, ding, ding, ding.
From a couple months ago. I always thought the box art was pretty for Ashes. What's the most recent game you played at the moment you read this, and what were your thoughts on that game?
Sagrada. Just learned to play it. And I thought that game was amazing. I bought it for all the colored dice because I'm easily amused with shiny things and lots of colors.
It's like a raccoon.
Hey, that's what my phone case is, if you could tell.
Is it really?
Yeah, this is old.
I didn't know that. That's
yeah, most people think they're just like, why do you have all these colors on? I'm like, dude, it's a freaking raccoon. That looks cool.
Oh,
whatever.
Ooh, sorry. I answered in the comment section. I said Betrayal because when I read that, we just finished Betrayal Legacy.
Was that good?
I said it was frustrating, and it was frustrating. It's probably my favorite Betrayal game. Like hands down, it's my favorite version. But it was frustrating as a whole, especially getting closer to the end. Just because typical Betrayal, there's a lot left open to interpretation, so people kind of get about stuff. Most recently, though, however, like as of reading this right now, Isaac 4 Souls.
Oh yeah,
Binding of Isaac.
Yeah.
4 Souls. The wife and I played that last night, and it was really fun. It was just the two of us playing the game, and it'd be a lot more interesting with 3 people. But it reminds me a lot of Magic because it's all about stacking, like cards, like the way you're doing things. But everyone's playing stuff off of everybody else, and it's like last in, first out.
Well, speaking of Magic, one game that we've played a lot of recently, or at least I've played a lot of, Fuzzy Mage Fight. That was a pretty fun one. I liked that. Surprisingly good.
Ooh, okay.
Well, I shouldn't say surprisingly. It looked good from the get-go.
Max Moody, favorite way to create board game ambiance?
Use a wireless speaker, and especially if you could do this before people show up or when they're not looking, slide it under the table and set the volume kind of low and just sync it to your phone and just, you know, kind of slowly turn that music up. Like I said, I like to do Dark Souls music, and I play Pathfinder like every other Friday, and anytime I GM, which sometimes we rotate, sometimes we don't, whatever. We all have our own little stories. I'll throw in a lot of Dark Souls music in there, especially if there's like a boss fight. One time I put people to sleep because I was playing the Lord Gwyn theme song on loop, and it was really low, and it was like 2 a.m., and 2 people were like passed out like this, and I was like, oh, gotta stop that.
Yeah. So music is a good way.
Yep, and lighting.
Lighting, depending if it allows, if it's something you don't have to really read.
Yeah,
a lot of low lighting is kind of a bummer, but lighting and music.
Yeah, bright enough to read, but low enough that it sets the mood. Dark theme.
Justin C. Again, do you guys listen to music during games? If so, what kind? Yes, Dark Souls, Lord of the Rings soundtracks. When we're playing creepy games like Betrayal, the wife plays like creepy music from YouTube.
Yeah, and I would like to say, when I play games with my friend, my board game group, there's 2 ways we like to play. We like to play like really serious and in the game, and sometimes there might be something in the background. Then we have like more casual games where it's just kind of like playing like Arabian Nights. You throw that game out there, and it's hilarious. I think it's always hilarious. But you throw it out there, and sometimes we'll just have like the music we like to listen to in the background.
Yeah.
Which is very non-specific. Hey, it's a lot heavy metal. We wear a lot of black.
And then our final question, G. Brinkman. Any top 50 BGG, Board Game Geek, game you don't like at all?
Easy. Kingdom Death Monster. Because I do not make enough to get that game. And I think it's really cool that you have to like put them together, like modeling.
It's neat.
I like modeling. Not good at it, but I like it. If you look at any of my Gundam models, which no one will, it's private for me only. Whatever. I'm not good at it, and that game is expensive, which also kind of brings me back to the modeling aspect. I'm super not good at modeling. Like, I'm okay, and I don't want to mess things up. Like, and I don't want them to just snap together and have like any kind of like stray piece of plastic, or whatever. I know it's not like that.
So
crazy.
You don't like
I
it
overthink
you suck
things.
At it.
Well, it's gonna cost me like 16 paychecks to buy it. I mean, I have to go to the bank and get a loan real quick.
So for me, while we were scrolling through the top 50 just to kind of see what was on there because I wasn't sure, I think the only game that I really kind of stuck out to me was Pandemic Legacy Season 2, and there's a couple of reasons. One, it's co-op, which already kind of puts a bad taste in my mouth. But Pandemic is fun. Like, I enjoy Pandemic.
Mm-hmm. Good game.
Whatever. So, but putting in a legacy version where it's basically forcing you to play game after game after game after game across however long it takes you, that's kind of But it's so different. It's so different than all the other Pandemic games that we had our own struggles and things like that. And I wasn't a fan. Out of the legacy games, I would not play Season 2 again.
Bummer. I haven't played any of it. Really
I'd play Season 1 again. I would not play Season 2 again.
I haven't played any legacy games. I need to get on that. You know, I would like to say an honorable mention is Gloomhaven. Keep trying to set time aside. He owns it.
Okay.
I don't.
It's sitting there.
Yeah, I would like to play it. I just the timing is so rough. I actually almost bought it on Steam when they had the Asmodee sale, but then I was like, I feel extra lonely because I know I'd be the only one playing.
Anyway, guys, that is it. That is all our questions you guys have asked currently. There's still time to be entered into our
giveaway.
Giveaway?
Is that the word?
I guess giveaway is the right one for Ashes. All you have to do, go to that channel, ask questions. We'll answer the questions there now, or we'll mention them in our next What's Going On Wednesday video. Thanks so much. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe.
Just as a reminder, even though we're giving away Ashes, it's not our grandma's. Hit that bell icon to get notifications anytime we post videos for you guys.
Wow. I don't even know what to say. Thanks so much, guys. Thanks for watching. And remember, it's all in the box.
And I squanch you very much.
What's up, guys? I'm Michael.
My-
What's up, guys? I'm Michael.
and I am of the Crab Nation.
Wow. I don't even know what's happening today. So who are you?
If you are one of my real parents, please call me at